Alright, beauties. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's a beautiful day outside today. Some wonderful sun, and just feeling way too inspired to be out there. Said I want to be here talking to you, expressing myself, creating the life that I dream of, creating the life that gives me the liberation to do as I please and go where I want, and to live out a dream. And you know, it's funny, I've only just realized for the first time in my life that I genuinely have a dream. Almost finally have a dream. And it really shifted the way that I saw what a dream was. You know, in the past, people have always spoken about dreams as something to achieve, something to accomplish, something that I can gain. And I never understood that. It never made sense to me, and I'm sure for some it does, but for me, I always envisioned a dream as something so complex, so beautiful, artistic, that it couldn't simply be achieved by, a certain amount of money or something that I could place success upon in a material value. And I don't know whether that was because I was, attaching the idea of a dream to literal dreaming in my sleep, which my dreams are fucking wild. 3 or 4 a night that I remember, wild, beautiful, crazy, haunting, terrifying dreams. Other worlds, other beings. I've been men, women, animal, I've been everything in a dream, not just myself, historical characters, lucid dreaming, inception dreaming with multi-layers, literally. And so I'm not sure if I always held that in comparison, but it really, the other night, I was sat smoking my pipe after watching something that took me into a bit of a grief portal. It wasn't just grief, but it was also a feeling of nostalgic yearning for something that I've never actually had in this life. And I was tapping into that, and I was feeling into that, and my body started rocking in this motion. And this deep, deep well of emotion came from this cavity, and I just started weeping. And I recognized that this motion of my body was the actualization and the recognition that I felt a dream within me. And what I noticed was that when it comes to dreams, it isn't something that I can create from a material standpoint for me. And what I realized is that it's never about the dream. It's never about the goal. It's never about, it's never about the actualization. It's not about the dream coming into manifest form. What I recognized is that the beauty of having a dream so profound, perhaps even seeming unrealistic, is that it's the dream itself that shapes the way that my life is going to be. It's the dream itself that is going to help my being take form. It's the dream itself that's going to expand my life into opportunities, experiences, paths, decisions, changes, transformations that are needed for me to get to the dream. You know, we all know the bullshit cliche. It's not about the journey. It's not about the destination. It's about the journey. And you know, cliches are a cliche for a reason because you know they're usually, if you let it sit inside of you, very profound. But it's similar with this, with a dream. If my dream is to be lived out, imagine all of the things that I would have to do. Imagine all the things you would have to do, all of the transformations of being that you would have to become, all the conversations you'd have to have, all of the fears you'd have to face, all of the hurdles. Imagine the becoming in the realization of having a dream. And if you get there, fucking beautiful. Now you get to have another dream. Maybe you already have many. And if you don't, it won't matter because, wow, what a blessed life. And just recognizing that it's the dream that forms the life and it's not life that forms a dream. I don't live a life as, you know, a tax accountant or working in a gas station to then suddenly say, my dream is to own my own accountancy, or my dream is to own my own mechanics because I see cars all the time. Like, no, it's not the life that creates the dream. It's the dream that molds and forms and transmogrifies our life into something so worthy, so full of being and expression and aliveness and emotion and everything that we can feel you can be because of such a simple thing as a dream, a vision of something that is innocent, that comes and stems from Eros. And Eros isn't necessarily just sexuality. Big misconception. Eros is desire. One's desire coming and stemming from truth, usually found in innocence, usually found in purity. And what innocence and purity mean, what I mean by these right now, is not infiltrated by an external source. It's just usually found, for example, childhood reveals these things to us because in our playful innocence and awe, we just look at the world with so much fascination and we have these desires to do something, and then suddenly a dream is founded upon, or suddenly a desire, Eros, is founded upon. And you can find these in later in life, but if it's uninfiltrated by someone else, something else, or has been programmed into you, told to you, usually something you figured out for yourself. And so if it's stemming from that place of genuine desire, genuine openness, genuine curiosity, then it's going to speak something of your soul and who you are and why you're here. It's funny, I'm starting to see, and part of this is coming up right now, by the way, while I'm talking to you. Part of me is starting to see that there are a couple ways which God allows us to experience our purpose in life, our reasons for being here. Because we all have purpose. You have purpose. Just by living, you have purpose. I'm just gonna fucking put that in there, right? Just by living, you have purpose. And we have deeper soul contracts for us to live out if we're brave enough. Not everyone does. That's another subject. So we have our missions, our contracts that we are here to fulfill. And so us creating missions around it and God implanting Eros and dreams are two of the most profound ways that that source, the creator, that God gives us in order to have the optimal life for us to live those. And of course that takes some doing, that takes some getting out of some shitty narratives and, you know, doing some shadow work and really cleansing ourselves. But if you were to think about it, you have a dream, and this could be a non-materialistic, non-work focused, non-financial focused, it can just be, maybe you want to go to Antarctica. Maybe you want to go and surf the beaches of California. Maybe you want to go and take care of wounded elephants in Thailand. Maybe it's something about giving, caretaking, whatever. You have a dream. And then you have something that I would call a mission, something that you have to do, some sort of influence that you have to impact on the world for yourself. And if you were to combine these two things and see the potential pathways that you could live to integrate both your dreams and your missions into one, I truly believe that you will live the happiest, most optimal life that you could possibly live. And everything that you need and everything that is meant for you will naturally magnetize to you in this space. There is no question. Because if you are here as a being to live out your unique essence so that God can understand itself, so that God can expand further into the form of God, so that God can become through your essence, because you have to remember, only you can live out your unique experience on earth. And God will infinitely expand into everything, will manifest into form infinitely, simply to experience becoming. And you're one of those experiences. So if you're doing that, and you're here to live a certain experience, and you're following the guidance that has been given to you from your eros, from your dreams, from your purpose, from your missions, why would you not be granted everything that you need in that life? One thing I am going to throw in here. Not all of that at all is going to be positive, foo-foo, love and light, easy, it's, joyous pathways. No matter who you are or what you are, well, nearly all of us are going to experience dense, difficult, hard challenges. And most people who are going to achieve the true depth of their life contracts are going to have the dichotomy of light and dense, of challenging and easeful, of hatred and terror, and of love and courage. So you are going to come across, no matter what, the quote-unquote dense or negative aspects of life. And so having a dream, holding a dream, isn't all about it being easy success and beauty. The beauty lies in seeing it all as an equal implementation of God's communication, of God needing to experience God. And you're living that out with purpose, with strong conviction. We all know that joy wouldn't be so joyous if we couldn't feel the effects of fear and of grief and of, we all know that dichotomy. We all know that seesaw. We all know the contrast. To feel joy, you must feel sad. It's not that you must, but you won't know one without the other. And it's the same. In achieving a dream, it will be fucking hard at times. You will feel like giving up. You will feel like dying, perhaps. and it will be fucking lonely, and people will leave you, and people will be fucking angry at you for not fitting the box of what they perceive you to be any longer, because you're shifting so drastically to achieve the thing that is for you and for you alone. And so it will be hard. There will be hard moments. But what better character building exercise is there? What else is going to make you realize yourself more? What else is going to make you realize you're part of being in this web of humanity? You know, what else is going to show you your unique fucking way of being and courage and power, and your ability to like hold yourself and bring yourself back from it, from the depths of shit and the highs of beauty, and you know? Anyway, I wanted to speak on that. What a blessed day to be alive. I'd love to hear about your dreams. Bit of an abrupt end, but bless. I love you.